Where is this fool, this British fool? Well, I guess I'll just sit here and chill. I'm sure he's gonna have some questions about King of the Air and how it was, how it felt to not get first, and how it felt to do crazy tricks and have everyone think you're insane. I'm not insane, they're all insane. You just gotta send it sometimes. You guys know what I mean. Well, bam, who is that fool rolling up? Should we check it out? Hello there, Jim.
Jesse, how you doing?
I'm doing great, how are you?
Alright. Awesome.
Bam.
How's your morning?
It was good. I like the baby seat. Here, you can honk and we'll see if we can hear Nick.
Oh, where is
Here,
he?
honk right now. Nick!
How's he doing anyway?
He's doing well.
Yeah?
He's doing well. He is. I've been hanging out with him a bit, and it's at the point now where you're not on painkillers anymore, so your head works, but your body doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's way better than the opposite way around.
Yeah.
You know, the head's the key.
Because you've been there. You missed King of the Air last year, didn't you?
A few times.
Yeah.
Actually, I've only missed the King of the Air once.
Yeah.
But that was a weird one, man. That was a head injury. Head injuries are weird. Patry's really good at finding the biggest wave of the day when he's on the jet ski and I'm on the rope. And it was perfect small, like 12 to 15 foot faces, but beautiful waves. Where getting barrels every wave, and then I'm like, dude, I'll take one small wave, let's go. I've been towing him to waves all morning, and of course he just finds a 25-foot bomb that comes through, and I'm like, boom! I don't remember what happened.
Literally don't remember.
Literally don't remember, and I had imagined that I hit my board, smashed me in the face, or I hit the reef or something. Probably my board. And I was kind of in and out of consciousness, and then remember sitting on the jet ski whoa, what happened? And there was just blood coming out of my eye, and ended up shattering my orbital.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And getting a pretty bad concussion from that. And that was pretty awesome. I had a movie premiere the next day, and I showed up with my eye totally swollen, sealed shut, just not so gnarly looking. And it was post-concussion, so I'm just the most awkward, weird person standing there yeah, right on. Poof. I love you guys. Yeah.
So how does it work with that? So with the towing, you're literally just at the mercy of Patry, and if he wants to stitch you up, he'll just
pretty much. You can always let go and kind of pull out and jump off your board or something, but usually that's not what we'll ever do. We're always kind of yeah, we're gonna try and make it work.
Yeah.
So
what's the scene like up there then? How many skis are there out?
Depends where we go. You're not really towing Jaws anymore unless it's freaking huge.
Why are you not towing Jaws anymore? Is it just
because if there's guys paddling, you're not allowed to tow it?
Okay, right.
And now everybody wants to paddle it. And I had a day a few weeks ago where I was out there with 5 friends, and it was incredible. Just the 5 of us. We got fun waves paddling. It was awesome. And then the next day there was literally 150 guys out.
Really?
And it's at that point I'm I have zero interest.
Why so? Why has it suddenly changed with paddling? Because it's not there's new technology in paddling.
There is a bit of new technology with the boards,
right?
But it's kind of just no one believed a 4-minute mile was possible until somebody broke a 4-minute mile, and then in the first 3 months later, 11 people beat the 4-minute mile just because it was it's not possible. It's not possible. Oh, it's possible. And then everyone changes their mindset about it, and now we've deemed it possible. Right. It's 10 years ago, we probably would say doing 20-meter kite loops isn't possible.
Nazarre that you did last year.
Yep.
I mean, no one thought that was possible to kite, right? I
mean, I knew that it was.
But up until a couple of years ago, I guess there weren't many.
Yeah, and I saw other people do it, but I still never saw anybody do what I wanted to do out there. There was other guys that went out on smaller days and had some luck, but I never saw anybody really ride a wave like I wanted to. And
yeah.
I definitely went out there and didn't do what I aimed to do. It didn't work at all like I thought it would, but it was interesting just to be out there and experience that and see that kind of power.
In what way did it not work like you thought it would? You thought
Well, like I was hoping to get barreled like I get barreled at Jaws.
Right.
Didn't quite happen.
For what reason? Just too choppy or wind direction?
It's just out of control. It's like at Jaws, all you have to do is think about the wave that you're on.
Yeah.
Focus on that, read it, analyze it. Over time, you start to really understand what that wave is doing.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to read it really well. So then that's where I look at it. I'm like, this one's going to barrel, and I know well before that happens.
Yeah.
So it's kind of takes a lot like a big push of like, I'm okay with getting worked here.
Yeah, yeah.
But as soon as you accept that, then you go for the barrel, and a few times I've made it.
Okay.
Nazarre is like, you're on a wave, and then the jet ski guy's like, no, there's a bomb behind you! And you pull out, and then you're just in one of those situations where it goes from like, okay, I'm going to try and get barreled, to, oh, now I need to go as fast as I can, weave through these waves to get out to not die.
Yeah.
It's just so much more hectic, and there's so much more risk there. It's out of control.
Yeah.
So it's like bouncing back and forth between, I'm trying to be awesome and ride this wave super cool, and if I make the wrong decision, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And like, obviously you need a lot of skill to do these things and to be out there and to be comfortable and to put yourself in that position in a safe way.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the training that makes all the difference. It's being comfortable, being confident. And whether we're talking about Nazarre, Jaws, or King of the Air, it's all the same. It's all that you need to go out there being prepared, like feeling prepared.
Yeah.
And kind of understanding what you want to do. And there's the saying, like we kind of go after like this desired flow state, like this state of mind in your head when everything just works. And it's like, it's not a fake thing. It's like they can measure it. They can look at your brain and see the neurochemical reaction in your brain when you get into this state of mind, when you are just crushing it. It's when it's nearly impossible, when it's a challenge that you really don't know if you're going to be able to do or not, but you think you can.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you go into that state where I know I can, and you're not thinking about it, you're just doing it.
So how do you go about doing that? I mean, you're a professional kiteboarder living in Hawaii, big passion for riding Jaws, also did King of the Air. You're pretty focused on developing that part of your mindset, aren't you? So how does that work day to day? I mean, do you have down days? Do you have days where you're absolutely, I'm not doing anything radical at all? Or do you have to keep a certain momentum up?
I mean, it's kind of an interesting balance in that regards of, I don't have like a set schedule of I need to do this every day or I'm not happy, but usually every day I need to do something pretty active. It doesn't need to be super extreme, but it needs to be something that totally like takes my head and whatever else I'm thinking about, it brings me into that moment. So even if it's in the gym, if I go to the gym, I want to have a moment in the gym where I am working so hard that I'm not thinking about anything else in life. I'm just thinking, how do I push through this?
Okay.
And if I go mountain biking, same kind of thing. Everything else disappears because all of a sudden I've been brought into the present because this is freaking gnarly.
And that's where, do you think you're adrenaline junkie then? Like if you didn't...
I'd say more so than adrenaline junkie, I'd say I'm a flow junkie.
Okay.
Because I know what that does to my head. And after I get that release, after I get that state of mind where I'm so focused on what I'm doing, then I can go about my day and do everything else way better.
So you think the flow state can link to other
100%.
things as well, yeah. Okay.
100%. I've done a few different events with the Flow Genome Project, and what those guys are doing is they're scientists working with athletes, Navy SEALs, all sorts of different incredible thinkers, entrepreneurs, to try and really hone in on what are the key characteristics, how do we easily get there, what's that simple recipe that'll work for everyone. So if I can go on adventures with other people and teach them about how I analyze fear, and then usually everyone realizes, well, that's how I analyze fear in this other way.
Yeah, so you say you're friends with fear, right?
Exactly.
But that's a relationship that you have to develop, I guess.
Absolutely.
Because it's paralyzing as well, isn't it? Like, it takes work to be friends with fear. You can't just decide, I'm going to be be friends. I'm going to be friends with fear today. I'm going to go out there and ride that.
No, because then you're pushing way beyond your comfort zone.
Yeah,
so then
right.
you're in that place where it's too much of a challenge, and you're too freaked out by it, and you're just going to be paralyzed. Exactly. Or you're not going to react accordingly.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of be prepared, and it's step by step, but you have to continue pushing. And that's how I got into big waves. Was I didn't just go out and ride Jaws. I spent the first 15 years of my, water sports career getting out there and spending time building up till I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
So.
Dedication.